What's up, world? It's the Blue-Eyed Bandit here. I haven't posted a video in a long-ass time. It is February 8th, 2020. It's about 9:23 p.m. Central Standard Time. I am sitting in Arkadelphia, Arkansas at a pilot. It's been an interesting couple of days. The heat went out on my way to deliver my load Thursday, wee hours of Thursday. Took it to the dealership. Had it looked at. Blower motor needs to be replaced. So the chances of me having heat in the van are 50-50. If you can't currently hear it, I currently have heat. I've been lucky. The Inspire back there doesn't heat up the van like it's supposed to. So even if I run it, all it's going to do is take the bite out of the air. Sort of. I'll still have not very good sleep. And I'm sorry in advance if my skin changes fucking different colors. I'm making this video on my backup phone because I don't have the room to do it on my regular phone, and the camera quality is kind of shit. So I shelled out money to stay in a hotel in Texas after delivering that load because I didn't want to freeze. It wasn't that expensive, but again, it's not something that I look forward to doing because, well, boss man doesn't reimburse me for it, neither does Bolt, so that's just money out of my pocket. Yeah, so normally I don't get loads out of Texas at all. So I was in the process of, heading up to Kentucky or Tennessee. I had actually asked if I could go to my aunt's in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and if it was possible to get a load out of there instead of, freezing and whatnot. So, yeah. I didn't get an answer. I ended up with a load. I was north of San Antonio, south of Dallas-Fort Worth. I was in the Georgetown, Killeen area. I had to turn around and drive 2 hours back south, close to San Antonio, and pick up a load from Continental Auto. This is where my weekend has already been shit for me. I picked it up yesterday night, and I would have had to have driven another 4 hours to where my delivery was, but there aren't any truck stops within the general vicinity. The closest one that I saw was another hour out from where I had to drop. So I said, fuck this shit. And I stopped 2 hours in. Excuse me. So I had to drive 2 hours this morning to deliver. But before I get to that, my delivery, last night I had an oh shit moment. And it's been happening a lot lately. But this oh shit moment was to prevent myself from getting a running red light ticket. I slammed on the brakes. And unfortunately, since I don't have the right length strap to fully secure these, and I still think that even if I did, the load still would have moved. 1,200 pounds came crashing forward. And if anybody out there knows how load shifting affects your vehicle, knows that even though I slammed on my brakes to stop and the load all slid forward, that still sent my van forward more. Thankfully, there was really nobody at the intersection other than the guy that came up and sat beside me. at the light, so I threw it in reverse and took myself out of the intersection so I didn't get T-boned by somebody who had their head up their ass. That was my oh shit moment. They were actually both strapped down with my 14-footers. Not very well. 14-foots are too long, and my 10-foots are too short. Bolt only provides you, when you start, with 4 straps, and they're either 8-foots or 10-foots. I don't remember which. They're useless, basically. A lot of the stuff that I was hauling when I started requires the 14-foots. On top of that, their load strength for the ones that they provide aren't very high. I lost all the originals that they gave me, and I have since bought the 4 that I have in here on my own dime. The only one I didn't pay for is the dark green one that I have that's a mystery strap, which everybody should already know if you're watching any of my videos. So, on top of my oh shit that led to the breaking of my brand new plastic crate that I have in the back that was holding my food and exploding food all over the back, causing there to be juice everywhere, basically the length of the fucking van, from door to seat. I was not happy about this because I just bought it. It's now, surprisingly enough, I'm just gonna keep it for now. It's holding my food for the week, my little gallon bags that I have for that. I went and bought a fucking tote to hold all my extra food, so I'll be tossing out the boxes that I have instead. They keep giving me loads that are too fucking big that I can't sleep in my own van, which is what I'm supposed to do. That's why I have an air mattress. And I'm not shelling out money every fucking night for a fucking hotel, or else I'd be broke and I'd never make any fucking money. Well, Bolt, I slept on top of the fucking load. Put my bed on top of it, I had heat, and I went the fuck to sleep. So, if they go through the load and they go, wow, this box is like dented or whatever. Well, it's 1,200 pounds of boxes and whatnot, and I laid my fat ass 220 pounds on top of the fucking load. Boot fucking who. Nothing really happened to the lid, surprisingly enough. Anywho, I delivered that this morning. Started to head my way out because, well, it's Saturday and we don't ever get fucking loads on Saturday. Go figure. Made it out of Texas. I didn't feel like driving the 6 hours to put me into Memphis, so I drove. Surprisingly enough, I actually drove 5 hours altogether, but when I left the truck stop that I had stopped at, it would have been 6 hours on top of what I'd already done to get me to Memphis. And then another 9 from there, not Memphis, from the truck stop I was sitting at, to get me to Kentucky. I said, fuck that. So I decided, well, I don't want to stay in Texarkana, so I'll go just beyond Texarkana. So I am in Arkadelphia, which is around the Hot Springs area. It says Arkadelphia on a lot of things. The city is like Caddo Valley. Whatever. So this is where I'm at. I've had dinner. Paperwork's all been done. I did that earlier. The only thing I really have to do, and I'm not doing it tonight, is get my trail mixes together for next week. And that's pretty much it. On the plus side positive note here, hopefully, fingers crossed, I will be in the straight truck at the end of this coming week, which is exciting. Also, I don't know anybody else who has a boss quite like mine. He's 100% okay with me taking the van to go get the rest of my stuff from Jay's in Louisiana, because he doesn't want me to take a week off of work to fly down and U-haul it all back up. That's an awesome boss right there. So I basically have to find a way to get another Texas load so I can get it and be done with it. One less stress in my life, right? And not to be somebody who's whining and crying on the video about personal bullshit, but there was a post this week, the last couple of days actually, on Facebook that just kind of like crushed my soul, crushed my heart, whatever, made me upset. I didn't really want to read, didn't want to see, and I'm not getting into it. It just sucks, you know, one of those things that you read and it hurts you and you want to wallow in your hurt and your pain and just be like, fuck it, I'm so done, I'm so over it. With all the progress that I've made of trying to get past my last relationship, which is now 4 months and 1 day I've been single, because that's how long I've been here, is awesome. So I don't want to set all that back. So instead of dealing with it or talking about it and whatnot, I'm just gonna do what I always do. I'm gonna bottle that shit up and bury it deep and try not to think about it anymore. And I know people out there that know me or might see this and have a general idea. It's gonna be bad for me in the long run, and it will. It'll probably blow up in my face eventually. But yeah, life goes on, right? Fuck everybody else. Oh, added note. Recently, yesterday, I don't know if they were all yesterday, but we lost 3 drivers. In my opinion, that is never okay. It sucks. I hate reading it. One was a Canadian driver. Well, he was in Canada. I don't know if he was a Canadian driver or, you know, a driver for the US and was in Canada. But from the general consensus that I got from what little bit of the article that I did read, he was doing paperwork and someone walked up and shot him. And he died. So my thoughts and prayers go out to his family, because that's just some bullshit. Log truck driver lost his life because someone didn't fucking yield when getting on the highway. And so he's gone. My thoughts and prayers go out to his family as well. And I'm not getting into another ranting video about you stupid fucking four-wheelers out there. I feel like I'm wasting my breath at this point. It just sucks that another gentleman lost his life because y'all are fucking stupid. The last one, thankfully, had nothing to do with being cut off or whatever. He did, in my opinion, the kind of heroic thing that I don't think I'd be able to do. And I don't think a lot of people would do. But he was 61, I think. So, you know, he's got the know-how and the wherewithal to, this is what I gotta do. A gentleman was hauling nitric acid or some shit. Something that goes boom. And, he had hot brakes. And, I think the article, what little bit I read, said it started leaking. And so there was like a small fire, so he took it down an abandoned road where there were no houses, no people, called 911. Police started evacuating people, I think within a 5-mile radius. And he tried putting out the fire and whatnot, and unfortunately it went boom. And he lost his life. It blew a 15-foot crater in the ground. Nobody got hurt, but he lost his life, and it still sucks. It's really weird to see how my face looks when I get upset. cry on camera. But I don't like reading the articles, so what little bit I do know is whatever I glimpse on like Facebook or whatever someone says. I won't read the article. I don't want to know. Too many people out there losing their lives over this bullshit. Stupid drivers, leaky trucks, petty people who think they're getting something by robbing a truck driver. You're not getting in the back of the fucking trailer unless you got a way to cut through a load lock, the seal, or padlock. You're not getting in it. So, I mean, short of taking whatever he's got on himself, what do you gain by taking his life? Nothing. And I just had this conversation with somebody just the other day. Drivers need to stop bragging about how deep their fucking pockets are. You owner-operators, or whoever, mainly you owner-operators, you cattle haulers, you car haulers, we all know you got deep fucking pockets. Stop advertising it to the whole world, because all these young bloods that are getting into this industry are convinced they're getting into it just for the money. They're in for a rude awakening. You're not going to have deep pockets when you fucking start. You're not. I know one owner-operator and one other person that has deep pockets in this industry because they make a good amount of money. That's it. I know a lot of people that drive, and I know, and out of all of them, 2 have deep pockets. Stop bragging. Then maybe people out there will stop trying to rob you, thinking they're gonna find a huge chunk of change in your fucking pocket. Also take into account dumb people out there that want to rob a truck driver. 9 times out of 10, that money's not in his pocket. It's in his bank. Or he's married, and guess who's got control of that money? The wife. Alright? Stop trying to fucking kill drivers out here. It's a struggle to find drivers as it is. To, deliver stuff. There's a company right now, and I won't drop names. A friend of mine works for them. They're firing drivers over nonsense bullshit. But they need drivers. Tell me that's not a fucking contradiction. You need drivers, but you're gonna fire the drivers you have over dumb shit that they have no control over because you're just stupid. On an added note, my company just bought another company. PTI or PTL, one of those, Bolt acquired just this week. So, if you're out there and you have any expediting experience, feel free to come work for Bolt. Bolt's a great company in my opinion. Out of most of the expediting companies, in my opinion, they are the best. They don't have to run logs in their Sprinter vans like Panther does, which I think is stupid. They also, and I've said this before, Sprinter vans, cargo vans, straight trucks, big trucks. Obviously, once you get into the straight truck and the big truck, you gotta have a CDL. So yeah, we're almost at a 20-minute video, so I am going to get off here and maybe watch some Netflix or check out my Disney Plus and watch something from there. Excuse me. Whew, Pizza Hut's kicking my ass. So, all my drivers out there, I love y'all. Be safe. Be smart. Get lots of sleep. Drive safe. Drive smart. Watch out for that white stuff. I tell you, man, I keep outrunning it. Everybody's all like, oh, don't go here, don't go here. Every time I go somewhere, I've missed the snow. So, that's a plus. So, all my drivers out there, keep it shiny side up. Keep it in between the lines. Stay out them ditches. Don't pull as swift. Keep your head on a swivel. Watch them dumbass four-wheelers. I don't want to see in one day that I've lost 3 other drivers next week. Y'all be safe out there. I love y'all. Blue Eye Bandit. Out. Deuces, y'all.